Welcome to IronCraft Season 2. I just started a new survival game. This is where I chose to live. Got pretty nice views of the surrounding area. I have some cool plans for up here. But let's go back and show how I got to this point, because as you can tell I already have some decent gear. So let's skip back to the very start and see how I got all this. So like every Minecraft world, I started out by mining a tree to get some wood so I could make a wood pickaxe. Then I found a cave, which I went into to use that wood pickaxe to gather some stone so I could get some coal and stone tools because I like to move to stone tools as fast as possible. So I gathered up enough stone to make all the tools, and I found some iron while I was down there. And then made all the stone tools that I wanted. Then I went on a journey to try to find the mountain which I was going to build my mega base on, which ended up being the mountain I'm on right now. Which leads me back to here. I think it's time I go on a mining trip. First I'll need some coal because I do not have that much coal right now, because I plan on mining at -58 because I'm ready for diamond gear, so I need plenty of torches to get down to that level. Okay, I am all geared up and I am ready to start mining. And yeah, I came down from the top of the mountain because it would take forever to get down to bedrock from that high. And also, don't judge me, I'm doing the head hitting stair method. I'm poor and I'm just ready to get to bedrock. I've been digging for a while and I just found a geode, which I'm excited about. Because the spyglass is pretty important to have in bedrock because we don't have Optifine, so I'm definitely going to be taking some of this. It's been a little while and I finally made it to bedrock, but right as I was about to start recording, because I planned to record when I got to -58, I found diamonds. Just a few minutes before I was going to start recording, of course. But oh well, I'm still happy. First diamonds of the season. Let's see how many I get in this diamond patch. It's looking like 3. Oh well, that's still pretty good. I can make a diamond pickaxe with that, so I can get some obsidian now. But now that I've made it to bedrock, I am going to time lapse for a little bit of me mining for diamonds, so I will see you at the end of the time lapse. So during this time lapse, I am going to explain why I was so inconsistent with the last IronCraft season and why that one was so quick. Well, that's because I had a personal survival game on my Xbox that I wanted to spend all my time playing Minecraft on, so I just didn't really feel motivated to work on the IronCraft game. But this is now my personal survival game. I started a new personal survival game. That's why I'm on Bedrock, because my personal survival game is on my Xbox. So I am recording videos on my Xbox now for the survival series. So that should hopefully help me be more consistent with uploading, because now I'm making videos in my personal game instead of just a completely different one. So also I could do a setup tour soon so you can see what I'm talking about. I have a Xbox plugged into a monitor and stuff like that. But back to the video. As you could probably tell by the time lapse, I didn't find any more diamonds than the 3 that I found before the time lapse, but it was still a pretty successful mining trip because I was able to make that pickaxe with the 3 that I did find. And then I also found tons of deep slate, which will help me for my starter base because it uses a good bit of deep slate for it. Oh yeah, and I also got one of these. But speaking of my starter base, I think it's about time I come over here and mark it out with a dirt outline. So I was thinking it would be one big, well, not too big tower right about here. It'd be a little bigger than what I just built. And then over here will be a smaller tower. It'll be way bigger than that, but still smaller than the main one. They'll probably be about that far apart. And they will be connected by a rope bridge type thing. So they'll just be connected like that. I think that would look pretty cool. So I'm going to start building that soon. Oh yeah, and I am not the only person playing this game. There's others living nearby. But before I start my starter base, I am going to build a fishing dock and fish for a little bit because I want to see if I can get any good items. I am probably going to build it somewhere down there. Okay, so I got a stack of oak wood for the dock. Now I'm working on getting a stack of spruce. I'm probably gathering way too much wood for such a simple dock. The wood has been gathered, and it is time to start building it. Actually, I think I'm going to build it over there. It looks better. So I was thinking I would use the spruce wood to be in the water, and on top of that would be oak, and that would give it like a look like the water has kind of destroyed and weathered the oak wood and gives it more of a wet look to it. So now I've gotten all the wooden pillars in place, so I am going to build the actual part of the dock I stand on, which is just going to be made out of oak slabs, so pretty simple. But I'm going to finish up this dock and go fishing, and I will check back with you guys when I have finished my fishing trip. I am finished with my fishing trip, and I got this enchanted book, which isn't the worst, and then I got this junk over here, which I don't really need. And after I finished fishing, I went mining and found 25 diamonds, which is pretty good. Oh yeah, and I also got 2 netherite scraps in the nether because I made a portal. I am now finally gearing up with some pretty good armor now. First diamond armor of the game. Looks really nice. But I'm not ready to wear it yet. I want to get some more use out of my iron before I switch to full diamond. It has now been a few days since that last clip, which would explain the little bit of progress around my area. And I have spent that time gathering resources for my starter base because it is finally time to start building it, and this should be enough to get started. So first I'm going to craft all the polished deep slate I'll need, and then it is time to start building. First I got to remove this template though, so I have room for the actual build, because I'm going to build it right here. So this is going to be the shape of it. It's a little bigger than the template I had. Just not much bigger, but it's a little bigger. So I'm going to go for a circular shape like this. So I've built the circle up a little higher, 3 blocks taller. That's going to be its final height. Now I'm going to remove some blocks for some cracked deep slate. Wait, I don't think you can craft that actually. No, you cannot craft cracked deep slate. So just fill those holes back in, I guess, and move on. So now I'm going to start the second layer, which is going to be the same blocks, and as you can tell, not going well. So I finished the first layer. Now I'm building up these weird spike shapes for some texturing design into it. And on top of those spikes, I'm adding tuff so it transitions from the darker blocks slowly into the more light stone blocks. So here are the more light stone blocks in place with some little gravel texturing for some nice look to it. This next thing I'm building is the transition between the stone to the top bedroom area. So this is how that turned out. I just used some stairs and some trapdoors. Now I'm going to build the bedroom area on top of that. The bedroom area, I decided to use spruce logs, and I'm going to strip them so they look better, because I think stripped wood looks better than bark wood. So now I'm going to build the walls / window frames going all along the first layer of blocks I just placed. So this is how the top area turned out. I think it looks pretty cool. It'll look a lot better once it's stripped wood. Right now the build might look a little top heavy, but I have some detailing that'll go down there. Oh boy, I just realized I built this 1 block too short. So I guess I gotta destroy this whole section, make the build a block taller, and then rebuild it all. So I fixed my mistake, and I fully finished the top area, so now the next step is building the roof, which the roof is going to need a lot of copper, unfortunately. What I'm planning on doing for the roof is it starts out with fully normal copper, doesn't have any aging to it, and the higher you go, the higher the roof goes, the more it's aged, so at the very top it'll be fully oxidized. So now I'm going to start doing that fade design from normal copper to oxidized copper. And I'll make sure to wax the copper so it doesn't age any more than it's supposed to. So this is what the roof looks like, pretty much all done. I think it looks pretty cool. There's still a tiny detail I need on the top, and there's that detail, I just finished adding it. But now it's time to take a break from building because I need to go to the nether. The reason that I need to go to the nether is I need blackstone for this build because blackstone just looks really cool and I like to include it in almost all my builds. And I literally just got here and things aren't going too well already. This doesn't feel safe at all. Bridging over a deep hole in ghast territory. Oh good, there's some blackstone down there. I forgot that it can generate naturally on the ground and you don't need to find a basalt delta. So that'll make this a lot quicker, at least. Just gotta find a way to get down. The nether always makes me feel uncomfortable because I just feel like a ghast is going to appear any second and blow me up. So I made it down to the blackstone, just gotta mine it and hope there's enough here for what I need. And now I'm gonna skip to when I am done with the detailing of the first tower. First tower is fully completed. I added some more detailing to the roof just so it looks more complete and I think that makes it look cool. And I used the blackstone down there for some texturing around the base. And now that that's done, I can... Oh, this rain is perfect for what I was about to say. It's time to build the interior so I can stop living outside and dealing with rain. The floor design for the tower uses a lot of oak wood. Well, maybe not a lot, but some. And for this floor design, I am doing my classic floor design that I do in probably every single one of my builds, a checkerboard oak pattern, which I'm going to make it stripped wood because, like I said, that looks better, especially for a floor, because it makes it look brighter. The first tower is now fully completed, except for that weird staircase leading to the roof, but I'll remove that soon. So now it's time for the tour of the inside. There's not much yet, I haven't decorated. So here's the entry room, and then this middle floor, which I don't know what to do with, and then the bedroom area. I can finally move all my stuff inside and not have to deal with the rain anymore, which is good. Put it all up here. I always don't like moving items because I feel like a lot of it's gonna despawn because it just sits on the floor, except right now it's just seeds, so it doesn't really matter. But when I do this with chests full of valuable items, that's when it's stressful. It didn't take that long, but I am now moved into the tower, so here is the official tour. So you enter into the bottom floor, which is just storage, which I will organize eventually. I just wanted to get it inside for now. Then you come up the ladder to the middle floor, which will probably just stay empty because there's not much room in here. And then you go all the way to the top floor, which is the bedroom slash utility kind of tool area where I'll put all the functioning blocks in these corners. I think my favorite part about this tower is the view. I can see my neighbor's properties really well. It looks like that neighbor has a well that has a little bit of a leak. So now that I am done with tower number 1, it is time to build the second tower, which will go somewhere down there. Now the second tower is complete. I skipped the building process because it's basically the same thing as the first one, just at a smaller scale, so... Oh yeah, and I'm invisible for some reason. I'm in third person, but you can't see me. I don't know why. But anyway, I think the build turned out really cool. I like both of the towers together. So now the next step is to build a bridge connecting them, like a rope bridge type thing between the two towers right about there. To make this a little easier, I am going to build a dirt outline or dirt frame type thing in where I want the bridge to be so I can kind of learn the shape and also make it easier for building. Building rope bridges is hard because they're at like a weird curving and drooping angle. So that is the dirt outline. The bridge will kind of look something like that, just with a slope. And for the rope bridge, I'm going to use campfires, oak slabs, and oak trapdoors to give it kind of like a log and destroyed wood type look. I am now a little bit over halfway done. I think it's going well, but I won't really know until I step back and look from a distance. But from here, I think it's looking pretty good, so I just need to keep going the rest of the way to the other side. All the blocks are in place. It looks a little weird right now, but I'll add stairs connecting them so they're not floating. And now it's done. It's time to show you the final build. And yeah, I'm still invisible, I don't know why. This is the completed build with the bridge in between. I think it looks really cool. This is probably my favorite starter base I've ever made. I added some fencing on the side of the bridge and some dangling trapdoors to give it more of a droopy look. But there's still some things I'll do off camera, like let that oxidize because that needs to be full oxidized, and I'll add a door there and oh yeah, and some terraforming down there. But other than that, the build is complete, which I'm glad to have a house now. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed making it, so I hope you enjoyed watching it. And next episode, I will focus on getting good enchanted diamond gear and a bunch of enchanted book villagers. so I can get all overpowered and ready for fighting the Ender Dragon soon. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And hopefully I won't be invisible next episode.